Ellen DeGeneres built an empire on kindness. But the truth is, it was all a performance. The woman who told millions to be kind turned out to be one of the meanest people in Hollywood. 20 years of smiles, giveaways, and awkward dancing, all masking a power trip so toxic it eventually choked her own career. How did the nicest woman on TV become a punchline for cruelty? That collapse wasn't sudden, it was the payoff to a long-running con where politeness was weaponized. So let's cut the crap and break down how Ellen fooled everyone for 2 decades straight. Before the world saw her as the queen of daytime TV, Ellen was just another comedian hustling through small clubs. Her early rise looked like an underdog story. The brave comedian who came out in the 90s, lost everything, then bounced back in the 2000s with Finding Nemo and the Ellen DeGeneres Show. That comeback tied her image to something wholesome, the quirky, self-deprecating optimist who laughs through pain. From then on, being awkward and kind wasn't just her persona, it was her brand. Day one of that talk show set the tone. She danced through the audience, called random people sweetheart, and acted like everyone in the room was part of one big therapy session. It worked perfectly. Daytime TV had just come out of the trash era of Jerry Springer drama, and suddenly Ellen was giving people a way to feel good again. The giveaways, the dance breaks, the overly cheerful, I just love humans energy. That was all part of a calculated formula. But that be kind slogan wasn't innocent. It was insurance. The second you claim moral high ground, any criticism looks petty. You can't attack someone preaching compassion, right? That's how she stayed untouchable while the red flags piled up. When she ambushed Mariah Carey on live TV, jokingly forcing her to drink champagne to prove she wasn't pregnant, people laughed. But looking back, that was humiliation disguised as a game show stunt.
People are saying that that you're pregnant. There's rumors.
Don't discuss that.
All right. Well, you don't have to.
No, that's okay. No, honestly,
you don't have to answer me. Let's just toast with champagne and decide.
But they've been saying that since we. Some champagne. It's just fattening. So,
you can't have champagne?
That's not champain because you can't.
No, it
have
is. I'm not going to ask you if you're pregnant or not.
This is peer pressure. Do you see what Ellen is doing? This is peer pressure.
No. Let's toast to you not being pregnant. If you're not pregnant, then we should.
My goodness.
Later, when Mariah revealed she'd miscarried, that moment stopped being funny and started feeling sick. Then came the Taylor Swift interview, Ellen pushing her into a dating game she clearly didn't consent to, turning boundaries into punchlines. It wasn't just unkind, it was power flexing, a theme that would define her whole career. So how did this go unchecked? Simple. Ellen's comedy aligned perfectly with the industry's hypocrisy. She mocked translators, embarrassed guests, bullied fans, but always with that big smile that made it seem playful. Everyone saw it. Nobody wanted to say it because saying it meant you were the one who wasn't kind. By the mid-2000s, the cracks started showing. You could tell Ellen was bored. The bits got lazy. Same jokes, same fake enthusiasm, same awkward gab with celebrities who looked uncomfortable pretending to have fun. She stopped dancing like she used to. The smile turned mechanical. You could practically hear the audience clapping out of obligation. Then came the moment that went nuclear, the Dakota Johnson interview. Ellen tried to roast her for not inviting her to her birthday party, probably expecting the same forced laughs she always got. But Dakota wasn't having it. She looked Ellen dead in the eye and said, "Actually, I did invite you."
You've been on the show many times, and don't I show like?
Yeah. But I did invite you and you didn't come, so.
This time you invited me?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
How do you know? I don't think so.
Ask everybody. Ask Jonathan, your producer. Who said you were?
I was
he's
invited?
right there.
Why didn't I go?
I don't know.
Was it? Oh yeah, I had that thing.
For the first time, the mask cracked. Live, in HD. Ellen looked unsure, defensive, caught off guard. The crowd could feel it. The internet could feel it. That short clip did what 2 decades of suspicion couldn't. It punctured her invincibility. After that, the reruns of Nice Ellen moments started to feel creepy. Every clip of her mocking a translator or guilt-tripping someone into personal confession now looked manipulative, like she'd built an entire empire on scripted humiliation.
Now you're playing electric guitar, right?
Yes.
Yeah. What else do you want to learn?
你现在在学怎么弹电子吉他，你还想再学什么？
Just one question. Just what else does he want? I don't know what you're telling him, but just ask him what I'm saying.
So a fingerstyle guitar, besides the electric guitar.
A fingerstyle? What's a fingerstyle? Well, don't just ask him.
sorry.
Don't look at me and go, I don't know. We're not having a conversation. I'm asking him what is a fingerstyle?
Acoustic.
You don't know that.
One viral moment that resurfaced was her audience honesty test. She had a fake giveaway of merch, secretly filmed her audience taking items, and then shamed a woman who grabbed an extra souvenir on live television, even made her sit in what Ellen called the Ellen jail. The whole bit wasn't funny anymore, it was dystopian. And that fan artwork incident? Same story. A viewer paints a portrait as a genuine act of admiration, sends it to her show, and Ellen's response is to roast it publicly. No empathy, no gratitude, just cruelty for applause. These aren't out of context clips. They built her show's tone. People thought it was snarky humor. Turns out it was just bullying wrapped in confetti. Meanwhile, staff stories started leaking, not from tabloids, but from actual crew and guests. The vibe behind the cameras was allegedly hostile as hell. That's when comedian Kevin Porter posted his now iconic tweet. He'd donate to charity for every mean Ellen story people shared. Within days, he was drowning in replies, hundreds of first-hand accounts calling her out. Waitstaff who'd served her, PAs who said she demeaned them, random guests who described being mistreated on set. You couldn't write it off as bitter employees anymore. It was an avalanche. BuzzFeed then dropped 2 separate investigations confirming a toxic work environment with allegations of harassment, microaggressions, and terminations for speaking up. Be kind became code for fake. Kindness inflation collapsed. The public finally saw what had been in plain sight for years, that her niceness was just branding. And branding is disposable. Ellen apologized on air, sure, but it came off like another performance. Empty empathy, perfectly timed to avoid cancellation. The kicker? Even after everything, people still said they were shocked. Shocked that someone who built a career smiling on camera might treat people like garbage off stage. But it was never hidden. The cracks had been there. We just didn't want to see them. Because deep down, Ellen wasn't selling kindness. She was selling the fantasy that fame doesn't corrupt. And that fantasy kept her rich for almost 20 years. What kept Ellen safe for so long wasn't luck. It was an entire system built to protect people like her. Daytime TV is one of the most insulated corners of Hollywood. Entire staffs depend on the show's survival, publicists beg for airtime, and advertisers pour millions into segments built around giving away branded merch. So when the boss turns out to be toxic, the last thing anyone wants is the gravy train stopping. Everyone looked the other way because Ellen made them money. Millions of smiles per episode can fund a lot of silence. Behind that moral halo was serious leverage. Ellen wasn't just a talk show host, she was a real estate mogul, flipping luxury homes and trading them among A-listers like currency. That side hustle made her even harder to touch. When your Rolodex includes half of Hollywood's power players, the bad press doesn't travel far. The tabloids would rather run a feel-good Ellen helps a fan piece than burn a source with her reach. She'd cultivated the perfect balance of wealth, charm, and cultural protection. The deeper truth is that Ellen thrived because audiences needed her to. Every era picks a saint, a public figure who reflects what people wish the world looked like. Tired of cynicism and scandal, Ellen was that mirror. She danced, she forgave, she made celebrity life feel safe again. So when the first ugly stories surfaced, nobody wanted to believe them. You don't just cancel your comfort food. Her downfall wasn't only about her behavior, it was about everyone's investment in pretending she was good. And she wasn't alone. The cycle repeats every few years. James Corden's nice guy act, brand-friendly influencers with shady crews, smiling CEOs exposed for harassment. It's the same playbook. Charm equals credibility until someone leaks the group chat. Ellen just happened to embody the purest form of that lie, where kindness is currency and image beats integrity. What the Ellen scandal reveals isn't just a bad apple, it's a factory, a system that mass produces wholesome facades because purity sells better than truth. The product might change, a host, a YouTuber, a lifestyle guru, but the lie stays the same. If you smile hard enough, no one looks too closely. That smoke and mirrors setup protected her for nearly 20 years. Once the smoke cleared, all that was left was a billion-dollar empire built on forced positivity and mutual denial. Ellen's empire didn't collapse because people stopped liking her. It collapsed because people finally started listening. The fake kindness rotted from the inside until the branding couldn't hold it together anymore. The "Be Kind" motto that once sounded inspiring now lands like a warning label. Every smile, every giveaway, every awkward dance was powered by ego and control, not compassion. Her story isn't just about celebrity downfall, it's about audience complicity. We reward performative niceness because it makes us feel better about the world. We want to believe good things come from good people, even after 100 reasons not to. And that demand creates monsters who learn to weaponize empathy for profit. Ellen just happened to turn it into a daytime empire. The takeaway isn't just don't trust celebrities, it's deeper. Question why we keep buying the same glossy personas that comfort us. Maybe commercial kindness is a contradiction by design, Because the moment compassion becomes content, it stops being real. Ellen's brand was never kindness. It was control dressed up as virtue. And if her story proves anything, it's that every nice public figure is only one viral clip away from exposure. Drop your take in the comments. Can a kindness brand ever be authentic? And if you're tired of fake sincerity, subscribe for more truth bombs they definitely don't want you to hear.